What's going on, guys? Mark Hogan with Hope Gains Fitness here, and I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice that I would give myself from when I first started working out, right? So when I first started working out, I wasn't that smart, right? I just went in there, did whatever I wanted to do, and I see a lot of people doing the same things that I did, and I give them that advice. So I want to give you guys that as well, so you guys don't waste your time in the gym and you guys can fast track your results and get your results as fast as possible, and you don't waste any of that time. I'm gonna get right into it. So number 1, guys, start with form. Start with perfecting that form, because if you don't perfect your form, you're not gonna get the physique that you want to get. All right, so when I first started lifting, I tried to lift as heavy weight as possible, right? And my form wasn't good. My form broke all the time, and I didn't get the full benefits from each exercise because my form wasn't that good. All right, so perfecting your form is really important. And when you're lifting with your friends, when you're lifting with other people and they're lifting really heavy and you're trying to keep up with them, understand that you're all at different levels, all right? You're all at different levels in the gym, and you might need to lower the weight a little bit, all right? So don't be discouraged from lowering the weight if your friends or someone you're working out with has a lot of weight on the bar and you have to decrease the weight in order to get all those reps with full range of motion. All right, understand that you're all at different levels, and understand that form is king, and it's really important to make sure that you're going through that full range of motion on those movements, so you get the full benefits from those movements. All right, so start small, start a little bit slower. And what I mean by that is start with perfecting the form, and don't stress your body out from lifting that heavy weight if you can't lift the weight properly. All right, so it's really important to make sure you're perfecting that form, and then once you perfect that form, then you can start progressing the weight. So that's number 1, guys, perfect that form. Number 2, guys, is have a routine. All right, don't go in the gym and do whatever you want. This is what I used to do. I used to go in the gym and say, I'm just going to work chest today, right? So I got a good chest pump and then I left, right? I just want to work my legs today, so I did a couple squats, some leg press, and I left. Right, so find a routine that you can stick to about 4 to 8 weeks at a time. All right, so find one routine to stick to 4 to 8 weeks at a time. This is what I found when I first started playing football. That's when I really started to work out with a routine that was consistent. All right, and that's when I started to see the most improvements in my physique, and also the most improvements in my strength as well. So it's really important to find a routine to stick to. And what it really comes down to, guys, is 4 basic movements. All right, it's pushing, pulling, squatting, and hinging. All right, so the pushing movements are going to work your chest, shoulders, and triceps. The pulling movements are going to work your biceps and your back. And then the squatting movements are going to work mostly your quads. And then the hinging movements are going to work a lot of your lower back and your hamstrings, right? So a lot of the lower body movements, they work all of your legs, right? But there's 4 basic movements that you should have in your routine to stick to for that 4 to 8 weeks. All right, so have a push, upper body pull, lower body hinge, and lower body squat, and you'll be set with that. And make sure your blocks are 4 to 8 weeks, and you can cycle through hypertrophy, strength training, endurance training. You can cycle through those every 4 to 8 weeks. And that makes sure that you're going through that periodization and making sure you are putting your body through new stimulus. But don't go in the gym and do different stuff every week to week, like different exercises week to week. The only thing that you should be changing is the intensity, which means the weight on the bar. All right, so find a routine and stick to it. There's plenty of coaches out there. There's plenty of routines that you can find to stick to, but sticking with one routine consistently is going to get you the best results. And number 3, guys, don't focus on the supplements when you first start. All right, focus on perfecting your training, perfecting your nutrition, and then you can start looking to supplements. All right, when I first started, I thought I needed all the supplements in the world to get to the body that I wanted to get, right? But the truth is that most of the people who market these supplements, they're on performance enhancing drugs, right? And they're promoting these supplements that they take these to look like that, but they're not mentioning the other stuff that they're taking, right? So it's really important to perfect that training and nutrition first before you look to supplements, because supplements aren't going to give you that much of a boost. What's going to give you the boost is consistency on routine, like I talked about in the last tip, and also consistency on your nutrition, which I'm going to do a video on later on how to perfect your nutrition. All right, so it's really important to perfect the training and the nutrition before you start looking to exercise, because that's one of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started working out. Just to recap, guys, start with form, start small, make sure you perfect your form first before you start progressing in weights. Make sure you have a routine to follow, all right, a set routine to follow, and then start progressing the weight on that routine, perfecting the pushing, the pulling, and the hinge and the squat. And then also perfect your training and your nutrition before you jump to supplements and start looking for the next best supplement to get results, because that's what I did, and it didn't get me that much results. But when I really started seeing the results, I perfected my training, I perfected my nutrition, and that's when I started to see changes in my physique. So I hope that helped you out, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and keep producing higher outputs.